I am always ready.
30
There's never a moment where I'm not.
Welcome back to the show.
30-97 seconds.
He is ready.
I'm always ready.
Never not ready.
Bays Boys Podcast.
We're here, we're there, we're everywhere.
Oh, God. Are we going back to Welcome to Smooth Jazz?
Welcome to Smooth Jazz.
Yeah, let's pick this up, man.
Pick it up.
Oh, right. We're talking about Subtropolis right now? Let's talk about Subtropolis.
Tell them about the underground.
Subtropolis is an underground complex underneath Kansas City where it has over 10 miles of tunnels that they have businesses inside of, and that it's so big you can drive semi-trucks through it.
That's pretty awesome.
That is pretty awesome.
You think they'll build like a whole community down there, or they're just using it for utility, or what?
I think right now it's just being used for storage, and I guess there's some auto mechanic shops in there and some other businesses in there. I'm not sure what all the businesses are, but it's a huge complex. Maybe it's proof of concept, but it can't be proof of concept because we already know the military has deep underground military bases. Or DUMBs.
Do we?
Oh, yeah.
Who knew that?
Well, that's part of where all the missing money from the Department of Defense goes.
Oh, to build those fallout shelters, huh?
Well, I don't know.
Is that what that is?
I'm not sure what I mean, if you want to work on stuff and don't want people to see it, you take it underground.
Or to Area 51 with their invisible flying saucer work.
Listen, Area 51, it may have been something at one point in time.
Decoy forever.
Yeah, I think it's the decoy, bro. Let's be real about it. Like, whatever was there that was super top secret, they moved that shit. But here's something interesting. I just talked to somebody that used to work at Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, where they allegedly kept, the UFO alien bodies.
Yeah.
From like Roswell and other stuff. And I asked him, I said, is it true? Because I've always heard this, that there are parts of that base that the base general themselves does not have access to.
Really?
Yeah, because they still do some top secret shit there. And this ties into what that listener was telling us about how they saw those UFOs and sent us those videos of those UFOs flying around the area. Because think about what's in the area, right? You got the huge NASA facility. Right. That has underground tunnels and everything else.
Right.
You've got Wright-Patterson Air Force Base, which has always been known to have top secret, quite possibly alien shit.
Right.
Right. I have seen Predator drones flying around.
What's a Predator drone?
That's that big flying drone that they can shoot missiles from that they were using in Iraq and Afghanistan.
Do they look different than regular drones?
They're huge.
Oh, so they're just like, it's a size thing?
It's like a miniature plane.
Oh.
Unmanned plane with missiles on it.
Oh.
Yeah. That has top of the line cameras and thermal and night vision.
And that wasn't just, so it's not just, it's testing, but they're running some sort of project around, you think, because they have that up.
Well, what I have heard from other people is that when people are going through school to learn how to be drone pilots, that they fly them over the Great Lakes. Because
it's safer.
It's a lot. It's safer, but nobody's going to see it, right?
Right. Nobody's out there.
Right. Nobody's out there.
And who's going to believe the drunk boat guy?
Right. So, I mean, I was really shocked, but I've seen them here twice, like low enough that you could absolutely make out the silhouette and you could absolutely hear the engines on it flying.
You guys have a lot of Air Force bases up in Ohio, right?
Wright-Patterson's the big one.
That's the biggest one?
Yeah. But there's Air National Guard in Columbus.
Okay.
Right? And we know that the Air Force is tied in with the CIA, right?
Do we?
Oh, yeah.
What?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's why those guys all have greasy haircuts. That makes a lot of sense. That makes a lot of sense why they all look like Oryx salesmen.
Right. And listen, this person that worked at Wright Patty, you'd be like, there's like big fields on this base, right? And when it's cold out, you could see steam coming out of the ground in the middle of a field somewhere. So that's like an exhaust port, an underground exhaust port for some shit, right? They were like, it's weird. It's weird because you just got a
big giant warm oven because of all things going on, and it's heating up all the soil and just gassing off.
Who knows?
That's so scary. That
right?
Sounds fun.
Hey, maybe there is something to. And the other interesting point that the listener brought up was, what are military pilots known for when they're flying their planes?
Dying early?
Well, no, they fly by the terrain, right?
Yeah.
So if you're flying by terrain, right, what's a good landmark to fly by? Highways.
Oh.
right? You fly along highways because you know which direction the highways go and where they
All
go
right.
and blah, blah,
That
blah,
makes
blah,
sense,
blah.
I guess.
So when he was videotaping it, he was like, well, maybe this is some kind of weird Air Force thing, maybe not necessarily a UAP or something like that, or maybe it is reverse engineered alien tech that they're flying around here because they were flying along a highway system when he videotaped the one. But the other thing he didn't get a chance to videotape, and I just remembered this, is he videotaped, or no, he didn't videotape, but he saw on underwater vehicles. He said he used to have a house along the lake, and one night he's sitting on his porch looking out at the lake, and he saw lights underwater in the lake.
What?
Moving around. Yep.
You think it could be a submarine?
Submarines don't have fucking lights.
At all?
The deep research ones do, but the lake isn't that deep. I think it's like 300 feet deep at its deepest point.
Yeah, and that lake is murky anyways.
Yeah, it's nasty.
So that's interesting.
Right. So maybe there is something to this.
How excited are you for them to just be like, hey, the aliens are walking around with us?
I think everything that they're doing now is to desensitize the public.
Haven't they been doing that forever since they started showing alien movies?
Well, no, part of that was disinformation. Because
Throw 'em all
even the
off.
government admitted that they had programs that were specifically designed as false flags in order to draw people's attention away from what they might really be doing.
Ugh. And turns out they just had a lot of fun tricking everybody and they didn't really have anything going on.
Or they don't have none of this, but they want all of the enemies of this country to believe that we do have it.
We're coming with the alien guns.
Right? I mean,
We
who
can
knows?
stop you.
Right? Who knows?
We'll be like the Martian invasion or whatever. Mars attacks.
Okay.
We'll have the best guns.
Right. I'm just saying that maybe there's some weird shit going on here in the state because of all the facilities that are here. Like that's a huge research facility, that NASA facility. Huge research facility. And they've got miles of underground tunnels.
So here's another weird question. How come NASA owns underground parts of pyramids?
Oh, I don't know. I know what you're talking about. I saw that video too. I don't know why they own the rights to, and I can't even confirm that's a true story.
No, we can't. But if they did, why would they?
Maybe there's information contained in those hieroglyphics that they don't want people to know about, or that they.
There's so much.
I don't know.
There's so much we're finding out about big corps buying weird private things and weird voodoo things, and that seems like it goes right up there with NASA. That like seems like something NASA would do.
You were the one who said NASA was fake anyway.
They are. They're definitely fake. They make no sense. We hire the smartest people. We can't figure out shit. We're getting beat by Daddy Elon. Well, make up your mind. I think Daddy Elon took all the smart NASA people.
Well, here's the problem, right? Every government agency is burdened down with tons of bureaucracy and paperwork, and everybody sells the government. What was that bag of bolts for $90,000?
Yeah.
$90,000
That
for a
was
bag of
NASA's
bolts.
faults too.
Right.
Actually,
You could buy these same bolts at at Harbor Freight for $1.25,
but they won't be fireproof.
right, or whatever, right? $800 toilet seats and $800 hammers and shit like that.
So,
And when you run a private business like Daddy Elon does, right?
right.
He's all about cutting costs and saving money, but yet having I'm going to pay for the brilliant minds.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not going to say anything. We don't want him coming here, so
I'm just saying that private businesses run things way more efficiently than government.
who runs NASA?
The government.
I thought NASA was supposed to be privately owned. It was supposed to be independent.
No.
So it's just 100% ours, the government.
It's the government.
So then why is
100%.
everyone always complaining about how they never get anything done? Why'd you expect that they were?
Because they have deadlines and things that they're supposed to do that they can't meet.
Brother.
They're always over budget.
Right. So that's why Daddy Elon's beating him.
Yeah, of course.
So simple.
And they have better ideas.
Yeah, they're fake. They're fake. Those dudes are in there playing fucking Crisscross and Connect Four. Imagine going to college forever just to get a job at a place where you do nothing but are considered the smartest people in the world.
Well, some of the things they do are pretty brilliant. I will say that.
Well, I mean, I'm sure they are.
Look,
Fake.
How about the fact that they made a thing that landed on Mars and that it launched a helicopter off the top of it so that the helicopter could fly around and then return back to it?
So they sent a drone to Mars?
Yes. They've sent 2.
Didn't Daddy Elon do that already?
No.
Oh, all right. Well, was it good footage at least, or was it like Bigfoot footage? Bigfoot footage.
Oh, it's dude.
footage.
You've seen it.
The one that
The Mars rover stuff.
Yeah, I don't. I only see the stuff on the socials since we're on there, so I don't trust any of the stuff I see on there. You know that. Like that guy who had the
Go
one
to
account.
NASA's website and watch all their videos.
Oh, those are nice.
Right.
You can download those for free too, by the way.
Yeah.
And if you really want, you can make a YouTube channel with it, put some music over, and just post the video.
There you go.
But anyways, remember that dude that was running that Instagram account that made it look like he was on Mars?
Oh yeah, that was pretty.
Come on.
That was pretty cool.
That guy's account's a little freaky.
That was pretty
right?
cool.
You think he had the direct feed in and he was just doing that?
I think my man is somewhere out in the Middle East, where it looks
Where
like
they have beautiful sand?
yeah, where it looks like Mars, and he puts a filter, right?
Right.
And he's got what all you see is like
The
this
NASA
space,
glove?
this NASA glove, right? You don't ever see the dude doing a full selfie of him in a spacesuit, right? Or
just-
getting on like a moon
It's 'cause he's in
lander
his
rover.
birthday outfit with just a space glove on.
Yeah, you just see his
I don't want to
space.
get the space power dirty. Can't cross-contaminate with the chili I had earlier.
You know what they say the big concern about going to Mars is?
Well, there will be 3 boobied hookers there.
No. The big concern about going to Mars is that the soil and the debris and the sand is so coarse that in high winds, you could rip holes in your suits. Or if you fall on it, you could rip a hole in your spacesuit.
Well, they just make the spacesuits tougher.
Well, how tough do you make them? Then
know.
you become immobile, right?
Yeah, that's true. So the sand is just going to ruin the uniform?
Oh yeah, if it gets into the fibers, it'll chew it up.
Yeah, that makes sense, I guess.
That's like
I
you
mean,
don't
those
step
NASA
on climbing ropes, right? Because you don't want to get sand and grit inside the rope because it'll chew it up.
Is that true?
Yeah.
No, why would I know that? That's crazy. I never heard that.
Yeah.
Every time I see the people doing things, they just take the ropes and throw them on the ground.
Yeah, you can throw it onto the ground, but don't step on the rope while it's on the ground because then
Oh.
it'll force all that material inside the fibers.
That's very interesting.
And then the
I
more
like
you
that.
use
I
it,
never heard that.
that stuff starts to cut up the ropes.
That's pretty cool. Hey, you think those suits are one and done?
No.
Oh, hell no.
Current spacesuits are not one and done. They reuse them.
You see what I mean? That's the wilding part right there.
But they've been, I mean, if you look at Daddy Elon's, they're working incredibly hard at creating new spacesuits that are more functional, more fit, and more efficient than what they've currently been using for like spacewalks and shit.
They're going to look like leotards.
They kind of do.
That's what, yeah, of course. That's how it always goes.
Yeah,
We
but
want
you also
something
have,
better.
the other concern is you have to have an environmental system in there, right? And you have to have a
Right.
catch system for urine, right?
That makes sense.
And so you have to be able to heat and cool that. That's why when they were on the moon, they had those giant backpacks because that's their environmental system. They're heating and cooling and urine catch and
I thought
all
it was
that
their
other stuff.
jetpack.
No, it wasn't
I'm being
their
dead
jetpack.
serious, bro. I was
Nah.
like, that's a big ass jetpack. Homie.
No, those aren't jetpacks.
That's what that tube is for, huh? I always wondered because they're just bouncing, and I was like, homie, use your jetpack. We don't have time for this.
Oh my God.
I'm dead serious. You're laughing. I'm dead. I'm like, dog, why you got a Ghostbusters pack? You didn't do anything. Or could have, I mean, when I was little, I probably thought it was keeping them on the gravity, right?
Oh, because
Like,
it's a
gotta weigh
backpack full of
a
weights.
lead fucking.
All right, my man, you got to have 250 pound of weight in this backpack in order to stay planted on
Listen,
the planet.
I
so you
saw-
don't launch into outer space.
I saw Armageddon.
Oh my God.
So what happens for this? It's so if you kick me in the balls, I don't go flying into space and disappear.
Right.
You gotta weigh me down.
Oh my God.
Listen, the whole weighing down when you guys dive is freaky too to me, to be honest, if we're being honest. That whole thing.
Well,
How you guys wear weight belts and stuff while you're scubaing and all that other jazz.
here's the thing. If you put on a neoprene wetsuit, it adds buoyancy. Right?
Right. I wouldn't know about
In the
that.
ocean, right? Salt
Right.
water's more buoyant than fresh water.
Right.
So you have to add weight to help you sink, right? You can swim down, but if you don't keep swimming, you might start floating. And those vests that they wear inflate and deflate with air. So what you're
Right.
trying to find is neutral buoyancy. You get to a certain depth with a certain amount of weight on, you inflate the vest just enough to keep you off the bottom so you don't kick up the dirt.
That's pretty awesome.
Yeah.
But again, having a suit that I wear twice to Mars, no go. If I come home, you better build me another suit.
Oh, is that what you're saying?
Bro, you just said it yourself. What if the fibers get in there? I'm hanging out in that suit. I rip ass. The suit rips open because of these fibers. and now you have a
that were
broken suit.
compromised by the grit.
Right, from the last trip is
I mean,
what
look,
I'm saying. I'm not
but,
trying to
I
be
mean,
unrealistic. I'm
if you
being
look,
dead
the one
serious,
Mars
like,
rover is not functional anymore because the tires got shredded.
Oh, and it's still up there?
It's still up there. It's still functioning because it has a nuclear battery,
No.
but it can't go anywhere because the tires are fucked.
And you want to go live there with Daddy Elon?
Dude,
Take that 9-month sleepy trip and...
Listen, they're talking about in order for the human race to survive, it has to leave the Earth.
Come on, you guys all been watching Matt Damon movies too much.
Come on. I'm not the one who's saying this.
No, I know, but you know what I mean. This is crazy.
We got to leave this Earth and go out to the stars.
Oh, we could do so many other things to just be better.
Okay.
You know, if we're really, and that takes us, listen, shameless plug.
Oh.
If we kill the internet, we can save the Earth.
Oh,
pick up our Kill the Internet sticker.
Yeah, pick up the Kill the Internet sticker.
By the time this airs,
okay,
it should be dropped.
I hope so.
And if not, just wait longer.
Okay.
Because it'll come. Take us left field out of space. Let's take it out of space. Although I do like this. I do like this.
Let me see if I can find something else for you that's worthy.
Of not space.
Oh, Ben Franklin's home. Have you heard about this?
Bro, no, but it's going to be horrible.
So Ben Franklin lived in England for a while.
Okay.
Right? And they were renovating his home that he had lived in England.
Is this the body thing?
Yes, and in the garden,
man.
In the garden, they found a secret room underneath the garden that had the remains of 15 human bodies, to include some children.
Get out of here.
Yep.
They say he used to buy bodies to experiment on.
No, he lent the house to a surgeon at one point in time.
Oh. That's gross,
and
too.
the guy was teaching school, teaching anatomy.
Oh, also gross.
They think the bodies were left by the guy,
right?
That he would the doctor that he was allowing to use his home.
So he didn't go to school and wasn't doing stuff. I thought I read somewhere he was also into medical, and I was like, that seems like a lot for my man.
My man had enough on his fucking plate, right?
Between the hookers and the gonorrhea and the kite and the stealing from old Edison and all these other things.
Oh, is that what he did?
Edison
wasn't even around then, bro.
I wasn't there. I don't care.
All right,
I just heard the guy's a weirdo, and they keep uncovering more stuff at his place and the bodies, and I'm like,
yeah, well, the whole bodies thing, the story sounds legitimate, right?
Right.
Hey, I'm not going to be back in England for 10 years. You can rent my house. Right.
Rich people doing rich people stuff.
Renting their house out to people they know, right?
Right.
The guy's like, I'm a doctor, right? He's like, well, what do I care? You're a doctor. Maybe the guy didn't tell him the full, I'm going to be teaching anatomy classes in this secret room underneath the garden.
Oh. And why? Yeah, why is it a secret room? This is
you got to keep those bodies cold, right?
Oh my gosh. This show is so morbid. I'm trying to keep it clean here.
All right.
Wait. Listen. This is secretly what that movie, The Secret Garden, is about.
No, what?
Looking for Ben Franklin's garden.
No, not even.
How do you know? That movie didn't make any sense either.
What, The Secret Garden? I don't even know what that movie is.
Then how do you know it's not Ben Franklin's garden?
I don't.
See?
I don't.
Listen, we can't get away with it. Okay? We can't explain half the things that we see anymore. Listen, how about the Mountain Dew case? I want to talk about this.
It's the fucking Mountain Dew case.
Exactly. There was a person, this is on record, who claimed that they found a mouse in their Mountain Dew.
Oh, dude, this sounds like a scam to me.
Maybe it is.
But, I mean, first of all, the mouse would have to fit through the hole in the neck of the bottle inside.
That's possible, little mouse, little field mouse.
It would have to be tiny.
Right.
Right.
It'd be in a bottle.
And then it was in there, and then they filled it and bottled it, right?
Right.
Dude, I've heard about people in Canada talking about, I found a mouse in my beer, right? Because they were
right.
Because they were talking about,
and we have talked about that before too.
They were talking about, they did. Then they found the guys that were stuffing mice in their beer bottles.
Oh.
So that they could go to the beer company and be like, look what I got in my beer bottle, so they would get free beer.
Well, that's what they're saying that's what they're saying this case was, because allegedly Mountain Dew came back and said that something that was made of flesh couldn't survive 3 days in a bottle of Mountain Dew, and they were able to prove it. and prove that the mouse couldn't have been in the bottle because they were like, that wouldn't happen. It would have dissolved. He wouldn't have been preserved in there.
Oh, so they're saying Mountain Dew would have dissolved the mouse?
Yes.
Yeah,
And
okay.
And Mountain Dew won the case against these people proving this, saying that you put the mouse in because our soda would have eaten through this if it was sitting here on the shelf for this long.
Whoa. Oh, so that's why
where
people
it's
get
hooked
Mountain
back.
Dew mouth?
Right.
Because
And
it's
that's
eating their enamel?
Yeah, and that's what the girl was saying. She goes, they won the case.
First of all, why would you buy a bottle if you saw something floating in it?
Well, you get a 6-pack. It has the bottle in the middle of it.
Yeah, but their 6-packs don't come in cardboard boxes.
No, but I'm saying if there's 6 whatever bottles or 8 bottles, maybe they couldn't see the bottle when they bought it.
I'm calling bullshit.
Who you know how many people go into the grocery store and grab their shit off the shelf and run out?
All right,
know
maybe.
that.
All right, fair enough. All right.
Yeah, I'm
all right.
just saying.
And
let's be honest.
Or if it had dissolved, would you want a bottle that looked like sludge? Right? They're like, why is this Mountain Dew brown?
Listen, I'm not going to try this weird crap, but I'm going to go find this case file because if the case
the
file
fact
exists,
that
it should
Mountain
be
Dew
somewhere.
said flesh wouldn't survive in a bottle full of Mountain Dew for 72 hours,
Right.
they had to test that.
Right.
Right? They
And
had
we-
to test that.
And listen, how long have we known about the whole you can clean an engine with Coke?
Oh, yeah.
We've known forever.
You could dissolve nails in a bottle of Coke.
Oh my goodness, I didn't know that. What? Why nails?
Just because
That's horrible. And people are drinking this shit
yeah.
all the time,
Yeah.
every day.
How about the fact that they've known for fucking 30 years now that if you drink Diet Coke every single day, it leaches the minerals from your bones.
I know people that keep that stuff on like 5 cases.
Right.
deep.
And you know what happens to their bones? Their bones turn to mush. And they all have to get joint replacements and shit. Yeah.
I don't drink that stuff.
Yeah.
Adam Carolla made it very clear it's not healthy.
Okay. That's
So,
why you don't drink it? Because of
Not
Adam
Mountain
Carolla?
Dew. It was
Ugh.
very simple. When he said that they should put like, well, never mind.
No,
shouldn't
we
say
already
what he
talked about
said.
that one time.
Yeah,
but I'm
we
just
should
saying,
say that one.
Mountain Dew mouth is a real thing.
I think soda in general is horrible for you.
It is.
I think it's really bad.
It is.
Hey, what kind of soda are we drinking today?
Dude, listen, I don't drink soda too often.
Yeah.
But when I do, and I don't really like Pepsi. I don't like Pepsi at all. If I'm going to drink a soda, it's going to be probably a Coke. Right?
Really?
But I do happen to like cherry Pepsi better than I like cherry Coke.
That
Okay?
makes sense. That makes
And
sense.
if my stomach's feeling a little rough, I'll drink a cherry Pepsi,
right.
and it helps my stomach. Right?
That's,
I happened to grab a cherry Pepsi today, and I grabbed the one with 0 sugar, which means it's full of fucking all kinds of. That's why it tasted like shit.
koala bear pee.
Yeah, it's full of koala piss.
I can't eat anything anymore. You know that.
Just drink water.
We had cheat day yesterday,
Yeah, we did.
and I did eat animal fats because I had those gummy Airheads. Oh, let's talk about that.
What?
That 12-inch pack of freaking Airhead straw, whatever. The candy was only 50% of the pack, bro.
Yeah, oh yeah, they cut them in half.
They cut them in half, but they kept the packaging the same size.
Right.
What kind of con is this?
And they increased their profits. They give you half the candy for the
This-
same price
What the hell is happening?
because they know you'll buy it.
What? I haven't had that candy in 5 years because we've stopped eating that, and I bought it, and we opened that package, and I looked down, I'm like, dude, how come I can't see the
How
candy?
come my 12-inch candy is only 6 inches long? How many women have said that before? Oh,
Well, to Tyler, I
that
don't
was
know.
bad.
Listen, we're Asian. It happens.
Oh God.
So I just can't
You're
believe
Caucasian.
Caucasian. That's right,
Yeah.
Caucasian. I can't believe that they've shorted us like that.
Welcome to the world, the modern world of inflation.
I want to go to. I just want to start. Listen, the reason I'm bringing it up is because before, when you heard about this, you remember hearing this from like when you were young, when your dad's like, they're not even filling the cereal box anymore.
Oh,
Or something like that. Come on. You remember? How come this Coke isn't filled all the way to the top?
right. You know who
Or-
fills their fucking shit all the way to the top? Pure Leaf Tea.
Shout out to Pure Leaf Tea.
Shout out to Pure Leaf Tea. Don't open a Pure Leaf Tea in your car because you're likely to
that's
spill
going
it all over.
everywhere?
Yeah, it's going all over you.
Right.
Dude, I took the lid off of 2 of them today, right? And there was like less than a centimeter of open space between the lid and the top of the bottle.
So you don't pour any vodka in there.
Yeah.
They're like, we got to save everyone. We're a health food source. Nobody put anything in this drink. That's why all the shitty drinks give you that little bit of space.
So you can spike it?
Yeah, so they're get your jollies in, your work jollies in.
Oh, God.
What do they call those? I heard a term like this once about it, work popsicles or work pops.
Road pops?
Road pops.
Yeah.
Road pops. That's a funny
Look,
term.
Here.
You call pop instead of soda?
No,
it's-
that's the road
It is pop.
Yeah,
It is pop.
It's soda mixed with alcohol. They call
Road,
it
yeah, road
pops.
pop. Yeah.
Road pop.
Road pop, right.
Do you say the word pop, Joe?
Yes,
Scott?
I do.
How?
It's fucking pop.
It's soda
What
pop.
what kind of pop do you drink, man?
Soda.
No. Soda is what makes it fizzy. Soda water is what makes
I
it
don't
fizzy.
know, man.
It's pop. Don't be a heathen.
This-
It's fucking pop.
Listen. Who stuck you on that word? That's what I want to know.
Dude, everybody says pop.
In this state, outside of here, nobody says it.
Okay. So you go south of the Mason-Dixon line, it's just Coke.
Yep.
You go to a restaurant.
No labels.
What do you want to drink? I want Coke. Okay, what kind of Coke? That
Orange
makes me
Coke?
crazy. I
Yep.
want a fucking Coke. They're like, you want orange Coke? You want blue?
You got to say Coke.
Yeah.
You're like, I like Coke.
It's either sweet tea or Coke.
Oh.
But then you have to describe what kind of Coke you want. Get out of here.
Uh.
Well, you don't like sweet tea?
No, I don't like describing my orange soda as Coke. That's
Right.
weird. Because I feel like you're going to bring me half a Coke with half orange in it.
You know,
Or
they have
something
orange,
gross
but they
like
got
that.
orange Coke out. They got, Pepsi and Coke went into that war where they're adding different flavors to, like orange Coke and peach Pepsi. Get the fuck out of here.
All right, I have a question. You
No,
might be able.
Yeah, I got a picture to show you.
You
It's
might be
better
able
than
to-
your question.
I hope. Oh, I'm scared.
I took this at the
It's
gas
not a-
station yesterday. You could look at that and blow that up. What does that say?
Party Yard Fireball Party Yard 40 pack. Jesus.
It's
Whoa.
a yard long, right?
Okay.
It's a 40 pack of Fireball whiskey.
Wow.
Little 2 hitters of Fireball whiskey.
Wow.
Right? And it's a yard long, and that's why they call it the party yard.
This is nasty.
But here's the thing. Fireball got sued
Why?
because they found out that the shit not the stuff you buy at the liquor store,
Okay.
right? But the shit you were buying at the gas station
Yeah.
was just all the flavoring without the alcohol.
Fuck out of here.
Yeah. They're like,
Get out of here.
So you can sell lower content alcohol at like
Right.
gas stations and shit like that, right?
Okay.
They're like, yeah, it's just the lower content version of your favorite whiskey, right? And it turns out that there was no alcohol in it.
That's smart. That's really smart.
Oh,
Save a ton of money too.
yeah. They did, yeah.
Wait, I totally was going to ask you a question about the soda pop thing, and then I lost my train of thought with it. And that's okay. But I don't know, man. Again, the soda thing is scary because
Why?
of how many people drink it and how normalized it is.
Oh, it's been normal.
Could we need to come up with our own new drink that just makes no freaking sense. You know which one I've been seeing lately? The mushroom drink. That's everywhere right now. Everyone.
And the mushroom version of coffee,
Yeah.
mud water or whatever they're calling
that too. That's the other one. The mud water thing. I'm seeing that everywhere. They're like, well, I needed a health drink, so I invented this myself. I'm like, homie, you look like you worked at Blockbuster.
Listen, let me tell you something.
That's
These go back to nature tree hugger granola people, been inventing their own drinks forever, bro. They've been doing this since the 60s. This is nothing new. All you do is commercialize some shit
But
that
it's
a
scary.
granola person invented.
right. Because it's freaky. It's
Well,
weird.
you know what the problem with mushrooms is?
Besides the obvious,
If you don't get the right mushrooms, they kill you.
you're in trouble.
Right.
Speaking of which, weren't we talking about that yesterday about how the Mario mushrooms are real?
Oh, it's a real psychedelic mushroom.
That's crazy.
Yeah, Flyascaria, right.
I knew that was a real mushroom because I'd seen the pictures of it, and you just assume you're like, they must have got the Mario mushroom from this, you know?
And they did.
And
they
it's
think
really
that-
bad for you, huh?
Right. And no, I mean, you have to prepare it right? Because if you don't, it'll make you vomit. It'll make you sick.
I'm good on all that.
Right. But they think the story of Santa Claus came from this mushroom because the reindeer herders of Siberia used to harvest these mushrooms and then they would hang them in trees so they kind of looked like Christmas ornaments to dry them out. right?
Right.
And then during the winter solstice, the village shaman would go from like yurt to yurt, and he would hand them out like for people to celebrate the winter solstice.
Right.
But the snow would be so deep, he would have to walk up to the yurt and hand them through the roof
Right.
to them.
Yeah.
Right, like Santa Claus coming down the chimney.
Right.
And they used to give them to their reindeer, and they said the reindeer used to trip balls, and they'd be jumping around the field, and it looks like they were trying to fly.
Right.
Right, and the reindeer, every time they would come out with them, the reindeer would just come running to get more.
Oh my.
Right, so
Oh my.
so they think the story of Santa Claus actually originated with these reindeer herders and their psychedelic mushrooms. How crazy is that?
It just doesn't seem that nuts, actually. It kind of lines up.
It does kind of line up.
Kind of lines up a
They're
little
like,
bit.
yeah, when everybody would see these jumping reindeer that looked like they were trying to fly, that's where, Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, all that other shit, right?
Man, I don't...
What?
Origin stories are so bad. They're just getting worse. Tooth Fairy, the Blueberry
Tooth Fairy
Man.
is just creepy.
The
Think about it.
The Blueberry Muffin Man on Blueberry Hill or whatever the heck that story is. He's a killer too.
The Muffin Man was a serial
Muffin
killer.
Man,
from,
the
from
Muffin
England.
Man.
That's
Bro.
why they made the nursery rhyme
No.
to teach their kids to stay away from the Muffin Man.
Yeah, it's just you can't, Hansel and Gretel, those dark German stories.
Oh, if
These-
you read the real ones,
Yeah,
they're dark as fuck. The Grimm's Tales.
Yeah,
There's nothing nice about the Grimm's Tales, and there's nothing nice about the Russian version of the Little Mermaid.
Oh,
No, that's
why does Russia have a version of the Little Mermaid?
Yeah, that's old. It's like it's way old story.
That doesn't seem like it would be something that would be appealing.
It's really tragic and dark.
All right, what's the gist of the story? I gotta know.
No, I'm gonna leave it to you to find. I'm gonna leave
no.
it to you to find and watch.
I can't Google that weird stuff.
Yeah, dude. It's a nursery. It's a kid's story.
The Little Mermaid.
Yeah,
From Russia.
From Russia. Yeah.
How? That doesn't even make sense.
Just watch
They
it.
got the pufferfish too.
I don't know if the pufferfish is in there, but it is. It's not the Disney version. I can assure you of that.
I was just saying it's kind of weird that Russia's got something about the ocean and the whole, I don't know. I just don't see their culture caring about mermaids. It doesn't seem like
Well, every culture used to talk about mermaids.
every single one, huh?
That goes way back to the Greeks.
Just because of the whole sailing thing, huh?
Yep. That goes way back in history.
You think mermaids just don't want to talk to us like aliens?
I don't know.
You think that's why they don't come up and talk to people anymore? Because they don't want to talk to us? They're like, no.
Who, aliens?
No, well, the mermaids, like aliens, you think they don't come down because they think we're
Mermaids
dumb?
used to lure sailors to their death and make their ships crash.
Do you think they still do?
I saw a weird video on YouTube not that long ago where it looked you saw these two things following a ship and they were making weird noises and it sounded like people singing in the water.
Get out of here.
Dead serious. You can find it on YouTube. This came out, I saw this like 3 weeks ago.
Ugh.
There's all kinds of weird shit on YouTube.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
speaking
us.
of the ocean, you want to talk about weird shit about the ocean? Have you heard about sperm whales?
I mean, I've heard of a sperm whale.
Sperm whales, all right. So they do echolocation,
Right.
right? And they do the same thing as dolphins do. They use their echolocation to make three-dimensional images of stuff so they can see what they're
Okay.
looking at in the water. But they said that their echolocation is so powerful that if you're swimming in the water with them and they hit you with the echolocation, they could literally shake you apart.
Get the fuck out of here.
That it's
Come
like
on.
that it's like getting punched in the chest. That is that powerful.
So the fucking sperm whale sending
can
in all
bu-
Yugen through the
Yeah, and they
water.
can blow your eardrums out too with their echolocation.
Oh my.
Right. And they said the only way they'll do it, like if you get in the water wearing scuba gear, they go away from you. If you show up in boats, they go away from you. But if you get in and you're wearing snorkeling gear, they'll come over and they'll surround you, right? And because they're super social and they echolocate on you, trying to figure out what you are, essentially, right?
Right.
And they do it, they roll over on their belly because they receive all the information underneath their jaw.
Okay.
So they're waiting for the bounce back. That's why they roll over, right? But then the guy I heard talking about it said that they will hover vertically in the water in a circle around you,
Okay.
and they'll make echolocation while they're doing it, and it's like this weird dance to watch. It's pretty cool. But
Did
they
you
said,
see this on YouTube?
yeah.
Oh my man.
You can see all kinds of crazy shit.
I don't look for crazy shit. I leave it to you to bring me the craziness.
I'm just
that
telling you,
fills
my algorithm,
brain.
they'll never figure me out on YouTube.
Yeah, your algorithm probably makes absolutely
makes
no sense.
zero fucking
They're like
sense.
this TV must be in a prison.
I'm telling you, right?
Today he watched Ricky Lake. Tomorrow National Geographic.
The next day's more tractor repair. Just,
Tractor repair and how to change cow hooves or cut cow hooves or
dude,
whatever
I'm
the
telling
heck
you,
they call it.
they can't fuck it. Every time they think they got me figured out, I'll purposely pick on another video to fuck the algorithm.
Oh my goodness.
All right, here's some crazies. What do you think about? Well, we've talked about DARPA before, right?
Yeah, man, I saw another. Oh, yeah. Okay.
Which
so
one are you
bringing up
talking about?
DARPA.
What about
Fuck.
which one are you talking
Every
about?
time I see they're like DARPA, I'm like, we're gonna die. Okay.
DARPA is like
the unmanned robotic submarine that looks like a freaking plane.
no, yeah, the Mantis
Yeah.
because it looks like a manta ray.
No, that's bad news, bears.
Dude, that thing can be underwater almost. It could stay underwater for damn near ever.
We're ruining the world.
No, but I was talking about the DARPA robot that eats human flesh in order to power its engines. And
Yeah, we've covered this. Have they released any of that yet?
I've seen video of it.
Of it eating?
They'll show it pulling up like a dummy, right?
Okay.
Into it, right? And they're like, this is how it works.
Are you effing serious?
Oh, yeah, the video.
What happens when you feed stuff that it's not supposed to eat? It just shoots it out the other side?
I don't know. I don't know enough about it. But like DARPA is like
Should we apply to DARPA as the
God.
podcast?
No, they want nothing to fucking do with us. I
Sure?
can tell you. Oh yeah.
I don't know. That surprise
just-
Jesus idea, man. And those feet bombs, there's got to be some shit there. Well, we could swap the teeth with mini
Listen,
pieces of
I'm pretty
C4.
sure DARPA and the CIA are the ones that create. You ever heard about the heart attack gun they made?
Get the fuck out of here,
It's a
bro.
battery
Of course
operated-
I've heard about it, but I didn't think it was real.
Fuck yeah! Here, I'll show you a picture of the fucking
So
thing.
hold on. So the one that I heard about was supposed to be that they could send certain frequencies
No,
through your heart that would cause somehow your rhythm to get fucked up.
no,
Which one
that's
is
the
this one?
No, that's some other shit. We'll talk about that. The heart attack gun was a gun that they created. It was a battery operated gun that shot a dart made out of ice that was packed with fish venom.
I fucking told you, bro. I've been saying it since the 3rd grade. If you want to kill somebody, it's an icicle always. The evidence disappears. I
Right.
keep telling people that. They're like, you're an idiot. I'm
No,
like, homie.
they got pulled in front of Congress and they had to show it.
Bro.
Right. Here it is.
Bro.
That's the picture of them in a congressional hearing.
So if it's battery operated, okay, let's be serious. If it's battery operated, then that means the battery operation has to be mechanically using something to fire, right?
Okay.
How do you get something in a small gun that gets that much power that small with a battery operation that fires?
Maybe compressed air.
So then we need batteries and compressed air
To work the.
But I mean, that
maybe
gun
it has
right-
an
that
electrical
gun right-
trigger system.
That gun, yeah, and exactly. So it does have to have something else. That's what I was figuring too. That gun does look like it has a top tube, like the old tranquilize your neck. You got a dart in your neck. Remember?
Yeah.
That old ass animal train gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. So it's got to be running like that. Man, imagine the guys handling that shit. Hey man, I got your darts. Oh shit, it's been 70. It leaked everywhere in my pants. Like fuck, dude. You know what I mean?
Right. I hope it doesn't soak into my
Yeah.
skin.
I hope it doesn't melt while I'm driving it to my homie. Hey, where'd you put that on top of the microwave? Damn it. I gotta throw this whole thing out. Like, right?
Burn these clothes.
Right. Like,
Wear a respirator when
come
you
on,
do
bro.
it.
Like, it's like freaking Kuklinski when he used to run around with cyanide in the freaking spray bottle.
Right.
He's like, I used to have to hold my breath.
Oh, that's all you did?
Dude, he's like, I held my breath and made sure, hoped I wasn't downwind.
Right.
And I'm like, dude, what is
Right.
wrong with you?
Right.
What is wrong with you? I mean, bro,
But see,
How-
here's
Hold
what
on.
DARPA is.
Does your
Here's
re-
what DARPA is, right?
hey,
The government goes to DARPA. They're like, you have a think tank of psycho engineers and scientists, right? I need a thing that does this and I need it in 6 months. It's never been invented before. Some kid drew it up in a 5th grade classroom.
We saw it on Facebook. we need this.
We need you to invent this. And it's their job to do it.
So do you think DARPA invented, I know it was, well, how old is DARPA, do you know? Has it been around forever?
It's been around for a long time.
Was it called like
it was probably some science something, and then they changed the name.
What's the CIA's first name? OSS?
OSS, right.
Okay.
Office of Strategic Service.
Were they part of that group back then originally?
They had people like, Q from James Bond.
Right. Because I was going towards the umbrella. You remember the umbrella?
No.
The poison pellet umbrella.
Oh, the poison pellet.
Yep.
The tip.
Used to shoot out on the tip. Uh-huh.
Right. They just walk up and jab you with it.
Yeah.
Right.
Spies used to use that.
Yeah.
That's what that reminds me of, is coming up with something weird like that. Or the palm gun.
Oh, yeah. The punch gun.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was all. But see, that all came from
punch gun. That's right. I always think it's this, and I'm like, that seems dumb.
They had
it's
the thing
this, isn't
off,
it?
And when it would push the plunger down, the gun on the top of the hand would go off.
That's hot.
Right?
Useless, but hot.
Well, it was used a couple of times, apparently.
It's like a...
But see, they also developed the Liberator pistol.
Which one was that one? That
was the pistol made out of aluminum that they airdropped all over Europe, right, during World War II, that took 145 case. It shot 145 bullet.
The single shot?
It was a single shot with
pistol?
One bullet. Yep, pistol. And
That's
they airdropped them so the resistance fighters could use it, walk up to a German, shoot them with the 45 and take his gun.
Right. I remember I remember speaking to somebody the other day because they had a Liberator pistol in the video game, and I remember this gentleman saying, "Oh yeah, this is made after the blah 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 gun that they did that with." And I didn't exactly know what he's talking about. I'm like, "Dude, I don't know what you're saying," but you just described what we were looking at. That's weird.
Right.
I didn't know that they dropped and airdropped a bunch of guns.
Oh yeah, dude, they airdropped them all over fucking Europe so that resistance fighters would take them.
Nobody airdrops us shit.
Because you're not worth airdropping to.
Wow.
Right?
I believe it.
But imagine you go to work for DARPA. What are we making today,
That's what
Bob?
I'm saying, bro. I'm going to apply as the podcast. We would like to be on your think tank.
Bro, I don't know if you want to do that because they might send
things,
some people over here to do a background check.
We've brought you
want the Fed showing up?
We're inventors. We're not supposed to be. Did I
do you want the feds crawling all over your house?
Did they tell you about that? Did they tell you about my homie's roommate who works for the feds?
No.
You want to hear this weird guy? Okay. So he's some sort of super genius computer guy. Does nothing but analytics, right?
All right.
And this is like, I know the guy that I hang out with that watches this dude, that guy personally lives with this guy, describes this all the time. So the feds own this guy. Like, he does work for them, right? He never leaves his house. All he does is stare at analytical data, right? Once a month, somebody shows up and drops a box to my man. And it has his payments. It has a bunch of other things that are all illegal that the government just keeps giving this kid because he's torqued in the brain.
Okay.
But they use him to scan files they're looking for patterns and like illegal activity. And that's what he does. And the gentleman who lives with them told me, he goes, dude, they drop the illegal substances for my man because he does a certain amount of quantity for the month. He goes, and some dude in a suit brings it every month, one-time thing. He said, and they have cameras everywhere. He goes, I live with this guy. He goes, and they have cameras in his room. They have cameras in his kitchen. They have cameras outside of his house. They have cameras at the end of his driveway. He go, if he goes to leave, he has to let them know where he's going. They know where
he's that kind of an asset.
Yes. And he go, and I asked this kid, I go, and you just live with this guy? He goes, dude, he
how many background checks did that guy go through?
Right. Well, that's my point though, is they're still giving him shrooms, bro. They're bringing him medical grade shrooms because this guy's a looper. He's, he was in the game so deep already that they don't want to mess with whatever he's got going. And once a month, some dude hand delivers his shit to him. And
wow,
they just have
that's crazy.
And they just have cameras. And this guy told me, he goes, because I think I asked him one time, I was like, hey dog, can I come to your house? He goes, no. I was like, what do you mean no? He's like, we can't do it at my place. He goes, I live with a gentleman who works for the government. He goes, and they have cameras everywhere. You can't do anything. And I was like, what do you think they're watching you? He goes, 1,000%. He goes, they tell me. He goes, it doesn't matter. He goes, when he has
the
meetings,
government tells him?
Yeah. He goes, when they have meetings with him and stuff, they know exactly what he does. They know who he hangs out with. The guy's such a freak, I guess. He doesn't hang out with anybody.
Right.
Like, you know that.
Right.
You know, this kid only met him randomly through family. So it's not even that he met him and this dude told him a wild story. It was literally a family member who linked these two up. And he just stays with him as a friend. But he describes it. He goes, there are industrial security cameras everywhere. And my man gets checked up on all the time and just sits in front of he says he has just walls of computers, screens that he just watches all day. And that's how he makes his money.
Are they paying for the electric bill?
Yes. They pay for everything.
I bet.
Yeah.
Because my man's a human computer.
Right. And you know that exists. So,
oh yeah,
back onto it. As the think tank and the team that brought you Surprise Jesus, Horror Bath Bombs, Eclipse. What was it called? Hold on, I can get this one. Eclipse Fraternity. What was our name for that one? You named that one. I know it was savage because I remember. Okay.
Well, what was trying to help some person.
You had it called a name. You had a name that was just effed up beyond recognition. And I can't remember right now, but I mean, to our credit, I think that I
was really
enough.
disappointed that didn't take off.
I don't want to go into the liabilities or the harassment cases that this could draw on us. So we're just going to continue with the show, but Surprise Jesus, I'm really waiting.
4-minute window to help you conceive.
Oh my God. A pagan baby. What was that? What? Maybe that's what we should call it. Pagan babies are us. Or pagan babies are you. Pagan babies with you.
You know that there's somebody out there that wanted to conceive during the solar eclipse.
You know there's somebody who did, bro. And that little fucking kid is going to come out with a bowl haircut and a bow tie on. Okay? By the time he shows up, though, the mother will have realized that there's something wrong with her rocker because while she was pregnant, fucking shadows started following her. So she's going to give the kid up for adoption.
Oh, God. And then some poor family.
And some poor old lady who knows the kid is the fucking devil who happened to walk by the wherever they adopt kids from and was just like, Jesus is telling me I need to go in here, and saw the little boy and then was just like magically was like taking it upon herself. She's like, I'm going to have to take this kid home, make sure he never hurts nobody. And then took this boy home, and now he's just reading scripture somewhere, fucking moving canisters on the table and shit.
With his mind?
Yes. That's a whole story in itself. That's so scary.
That's a whole story
That's so scary. And my man continues to wear the bow ties to this day, they say.
Oh, that's what I've heard.
Or as he will
Can you trust people that wear bow ties? Like Bill Nye the Science Guy?
Hold the phone. First of all, you cannot trust Bill Nye, and we all know why. Second of all, can you? I'm going to ask you first. Can you go first with that one? Can you answer that? Do you think you could ever trust somebody who wears bow ties?
I think somebody wears a bow tie. There's always some. They may come off as trustworthy, but there's always some ulterior motive going on. That's what I think.
I own 9 bow ties.
No, I knew it.
Oh, I needed to hear that answer before I said anything. I needed to hear that answer.
You just answered my own answer.
And with that, ladies and gentlemen, no, seriously, I do own 9 bow ties. It's horrible.
Maybe DARPA will take you. Look, just show up to DARPA and be like, I own 9 bow ties.
They won't.
They're like, fuck yeah, you're welcome aboard.
You're in. Do you have any suspenders and a pocket protector?
No. Good. You're hired, right? Everybody thinks we hired those geeks. We don't want nothing to do with them. Come on, bro. This is a place where they just invent things out of nothing.
Listen, my man, then we call us DARPA then.
Yes. DARPA Junior.
Yeah, they can, I'm not going to say mean words, but they can kiss our white butts. We're DARPA now. I'm the DARPA now.
I'm the DARPA now, right? Like I'm the captain.
Listen.
Get out of my head.
Wait. First of all, they wouldn't hire me for the inventions. They would only hire me for A&A. That's what the music industry calls it, right?
A&R.
A&R.
A&R reps, yeah.
What is it called? What does it stand for?
I don't know, but I was almost an A&R rep at one point in time.
It's like talent acquisition, right? Mm-hmm. Because I technically don't come up with the ideas. I just bring Joe Skelly.
Ah,
You see? So I would technically be your handler.
okay.
I think that's how that
That's
works.
kind of scary.
It's better than
Because you would just let
Wait.
me do whatever the fuck I wanted. Hey, you're going to keep this guy under control,
I
right?
was
Oh, yeah,
just-
yeah. I got him. I got
Wait.
him. Don't worry about it.
I was-
It's cool. I promise. He wants to know if he can touch the laser guns.
I was just thinking of the fucking
Hey, the boss man said, fuck yeah, play with all the laser guns all you want.
Right. We just need this invention done 2 weeks from now. I'm gonna need a Minotaur with some lasers for eyes, and a Hemi. And it has to be able to carry steaks and popsicles with secret compartments for cyanide ice cubes.
Right.
Oh, fuck, dude.
Why? What are you
That
thinking
is
about the hot
horrible.
dog water ice cubes?
Yeah. Oh, gross. Yeah.
Well, listen, that's the oldest trick in the book, but I'm going to put it back out there. Hey, if you're going to throw a house party, make sure you get like 8 packages of hot dogs, boil them all in one pot, and then pour the water into ice cube trays and freeze them. And when you got assholes that come to your party, offer to make them drinks and give them the hot dog water ice cubes. You're
That's
welcome.
one of my favorites.
You're welcome.
That is one of my favorites. I've never done that one, but I like the idea.
Oh,
I don't want them in my house because I know I'd accidentally eat them myself.
You're like, why
I don't
the
have time
fuck
for
does my
that.
whiskey taste like hot dogs?
Hot dog water and chocolate starfish.
Oh, God. All right.
Taking you way back.
Unfortunately,
I
Fred
think
Durst.
okay, first of all,
Have you seen him lately?
yeah, he looks like freaking he looks like what your dad in 1999 would look like if all he drank was Monster in Southern California. Like, am I wrong? He does, right? He looks like a 1999 hipster dad who drinks Monster. Which
Who
I don't
should
think-
be named Kyle.
Right. Oh my goodness.
Dad, why are you always punching holes in the drywall?
Listen, the fact that you knew that reference though
Oh, yeah.
is scary.
Yeah.
Here's the ultimate question, and then we're gonna get out of here. Can you name me 2 ICP albums?
No, sir, I cannot.
Thank God. Thank God. Here we go. And we're out of here. DARPA, hire us.
Oh, hey, and if you're on Patreon, you should look forward to all those pictures that were taken at the Mansfield Reformatory with the ghost camera, and perhaps you'll see something that maybe we might have seen.
Yeah, they're factual pictures.
Factual pictures.
Yeah, real.
By the way, there
Factual
was
pictures.
no podcast recorded at the Mansfield Reformatory.
You just went there.
I did.
You just went there.
We'll save that for the next episode.
Listen, Of Mice and Men, the Revolution. We're coming back for it.
Let's save it for the next episode.
That's right. That's right. But yes, tell them again about the Patreon because it's amazing.
Yeah, join the Patreon. Look,
Go get ghost pictures.
yeah, see the ghost pictures. We put up a lot of weird stuff that we on Patreon that you can't find anywhere else. The YouTube channel is coming. Yeah, I mean, well, it's there.
Actually,
right?
it's there.
It's there.
Yeah, it's there.
More content coming soon.
We're actually planning a very couple of big trips since Bobby Mackey shut down. Mm-hmm. Freaking nuts. Listen, I say we just go knock on DARPA's door and see if we can get a tour. He thinks I'm joking. I'm going to get off and write them immediately.
I don't know if they even let us to the front door of the building. I'm just
They
saying.
have to. We're the press.
Oh, we got to get credentials then. You just can't. You just can't get some printer paper and print press on
You
it
and I-
laminate it and put it around your neck.
You and I both know that's
Oh,
exactly
no,
what I do.
No.
That's
Listen,
exactly
no, you fuck that. Get old school. Get old school. Get a fedora and put your press credentials in the hat band on the fedora.
Is that what that was?
Yeah, and it said press on the side.
I
of
never
it.
knew that.
Yeah,
That's amazing.
that's what they used
You
to
learn
do way
everything
back in the
here.
day.
Surprise, Jesus. 30, 97 seconds. of
Dave's Voice Podcast.
all the things.